at large, you may wonder why we're spending so much time talking about this inside baseball issue, about blue slips. Mr. Mathis, it is your good fortune to be the first circuit court nominee before us, I believe, since President Biden was elected from a state with 2 Republican senators. So we're kind of testing the waters here about what we're experiencing and what we hope to experience in the future. And so we're not just carping on a trifle. These really get down to basic fundamental questions about the selection process for lifetime appointments to the highest courts in the land. So this is not just political bickering. We are trying, and I believe Senator Kennedy made a positive contribution to the conversation earlier. We're trying to find some common ground, and I hope we can, ultimately. The only other point I would raise, and then recognizing Senator Hawley, is that each one of these nominees goes before the American Bar Association, which sets up a committee which surveys the attorneys and judges in the jurisdictions that they practice law and asks some fundamental questions about temperament, knowledge, experience, trustworthiness, on and on. And then they give us a grade. The grade that was given to Mr. Mathis is the highest possible, unanimously well qualified. So when people are raising questions about his experience and background, his peers and those who appeared before him and those who appeared before have come down with their unanimously well qualified rating. Senator Hawley, I believe you're next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations, Mr. Mathis, on your nomination. I want to start by adding my voice in support of Senator Blackburn and Senator Hagerty, and saying that I hope that the process has been followed in this nomination will never be the process again. But I also want to point out that this seems to be a more systemic issue in the sense that Senator Sullivan, who's not a member of this committee, as the chairman knows, Senator Sullivan, Alaska, has been unable to meet with any Ninth Circuit nominee who would be judging cases from his state for the entire past year. He has asked repeatedly to sit down with Ninth Circuit nominees. He's not a member of this committee, doesn't have the benefit of being able to ask questions here before we vote on them. He'd like to meet with them. And as of December, for months on end, he was unable to just ask questions of the nominees, and for that reason has been voting no on nominees he might otherwise be willing to support or at least to consider. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand why it's not possible, why this White House is denying senators the ability to meet with nominees, engaging in basic consultation. I don't get it. I guess it's just a no-holds-barred, burn-all-before-you strategy, but I have to say I think it's one that's going to backfire, and I think it's unfortunate. Mr. Mathis, that really doesn't have anything to do with you personally, so I'm sorry that you've had to sit through all of this because it's really not about you, but I agree with the chairman to the extent that I think these are important issues and I hope ones that we can get resolved. But let me ask you some questions about your own record. Let me ask you about a 2007 Law Review article. Were you...
I'd like to respond to a statement that you made earlier about Senator Sullivan, Republican senator from Alaska. He came to me and he believed that since Alaska is fairly unique in the Ninth Circuit, that he wanted to meet with the nominees for the Ninth Circuit. I checked into it, and there is a mixed record as to whether nominees make themselves available to individual senators. But I thought his was a legitimate and good faith effort to, he said, I've only got 2 or 3 cases relating to Alaska. I want to at least tell him what they are. Senator Murkowski agreed with him. I believed it was a good faith request, and I went to the White House, and he did meet with 2 Ninth Circuit nominees as a result of it. I'll offer the same support to any member of the committee who is not in the interest of delaying anything, but in genuine interest of knowing where they stand on cases that are relevant to their states.
Thank you for that, Mr. Chairman. I'm glad you intervened in that respect. And I think your last point is an important one, that Senator Sullivan wasn't trying to delay anything, but and he's not a member of the committee. He didn't have the ability to ask questions. But I just regret, make my point again, I regret that you might remember that Senator Sullivan went to the floor and blocked a number of nominees and voted no. And he had to do all of that in order to get the attention of the White House. And I thank you for your good offices, but it really shouldn't come to that. And I see this situation as similar. That Senator Blackburn, Senator Hagerty have had to say, listen, this is really wrong, and point out that they haven't been afforded basic consultation rights, and that really shouldn't be necessary. But thank you for your good offices in that circumstance.
You're welcome. I believe Senator Padilla is waiting to join us virtually. Senator, are you